welcome once again to another week, and we're going to be looking at the gold charts now. If you're a gold trader, you already know that gold can be quite difficult to trade if you're not sure what you're doing, and you could just be losing money because of how volatile the market is. And so that's why we make this video for you guys, so that you guys will have a clear perspective on what to look for in the new week. So now in this new week, we're going to be sharing with you our thoughts. Now last week, we shared our analysis with you guys, and it was quite accurate, right? We told you that gold was most likely going to push down into the zone and then push up from here. Now when price gets to this point, what it does next, we are not certain. We just need to wait and see what happens, right? And as you can see, price pushed down just a little, and then what happened? It began to push up. Now we got an opportunity there for a buy. Already we told you we were in on a buy somewhere around this level, all right? And so we held our price up to this point. Now when we started seeing the opportunity for rejections even before price got into the zone, we took our selling opportunities as well. We took a sell, but we got stopped out at break even. So let's see what happens in this new week. So let's remove all this and let's analyze the charts for this new week. So now let's go to the weekly. Let's start from the monthly rather. Let's hide this. So on the monthly, as we already know, gold is still very much bullish, and gold has been consolidating for some time, for about 3 months or 4 months now. Gold has been consolidating, and gold is still within that range, right? Now if you took a buy from here, then that's good. You're already probably still in profit, right? But now, like I said last month and even last week, I'm expecting that gold could actually drop from around this top, right? So gold could actually drop, seeing this bearish candle, even though this isn't an engulfing bearish candle, right? But it's possible for us to see rejections from around here, this zone, and gold could actually drop even lower, right, to into the zone. And I really like that to happen. I really like that to happen, so that when gold comes down into these zones, we would see a better opportunity to get in for another longer set of buys, right? So that's what I really hope would happen. But like we already know, we are not the ones that move the charts. We don't move the markets. We don't move the price. So we just have to watch and see what happens and use the information given to us on the charts, right? So that's what we have. Gold is still very much bullish, but it's looking like gold is acting like it wants to continue the bullishness and probably break above this whole consolidation. But that might not also happen. Like I said, gold could actually drop. So we just need to watch what happens in this new week and see how price forms. Now let's go to the weekly. Now on the weekly, I need to be fast. On the weekly, we can see that gold has been bullish, right? And we can see this bullishness, this push upwards that gold is creating. So gold is looking like it wants to push higher, but like I said, we need to watch what price does at this very point. Okay, we need to watch what price does at this very point. Now we could still look for buys when gold comes down significantly to like this level. We could get in for another set of buys, right? So we could look for price to get down to the 50% level of this previous week, but it might actually even go lower, right? If you want to look for buys, it could actually go lower. So let me bring this down. So the 50% level is right here. Let's remove this. Now let's delete this. We don't need this again. Let's delete this one. Okay. So now still leave this over to here. Now, so if price comes down into this zone, we could actually look for buying opportunities upwards to get us to this point, right? That's very possible. But remember, like I said, we are already at a point where gold could start giving us rejection. If you see these lines we drew over here for these levels, right, of this red candle over here. So gold could actually even just push up first and then begin to drop. So we just need to keep a close eye on the charts, right? So we could actually keep an eye on these levels. Now let's go to the daily so we see what things are looking like there. I always say this: when you're trading, it's good to try and make your trading as simple as possible. Don't complicate your trading. All right, don't complicate your trading. Try to make your trading as simple as possible. So gold is still looking quite bullish, right? Gold is still looking quite bullish, so nothing much there. So like I said, um, in this new week, we could see gold even going up first, right? And probably even breaking this level here and coming higher. And then we could start seeing the rejections downwards that we are looking for, right? That could happen. And then all of a sudden, gold could drop lower, right? That could happen. That could very much happen. That could very much happen. Or gold could just come down first into this zone, and then we could see, in fact, it could come down into this place and get into this fair value gap right over here. And then we could start seeing rejections upwards, right? So this is something that could also happen. So if you're looking for selling opportunities, you just need to wait and wait for gold to give you the further confirmations for the drop, either at this level or at this top right here. So let me draw this so you see. Just wait for gold to give you the selling confirmations from around this entire zone, right? So if you see what you're looking for, you can get in for yourselves right there. But if you don't, then just wait for gold to give you the buying opportunities, right? And gold could drop down to as low as this point, and we could start seeing opportunities for buys from there, right? Let's go to the 4 hour. Let's see what it looks like. I think it's quite simple. All right, so on the 4 hour, still nothing much here to say. Nothing much. So like I said, we took a sell here. I took a sell. I got stopped at a break even around that point. So let's just watch and see what happens. But the best point for you to be looking for your buys now with this, you could just wait for price to come down lower, sweep all this liquidity, come down into this zone, and start looking for your rejections from around this entire level, right? And if you see any good one, then you can take it, right? But you could also wait for price to push up, give us rejections from around this top zone, and then you could sell from there. We just need to watch and see what gold wants to do. I think that's really all I can say. Nothing much for now. Nothing really much. Nothing. That's all I can say. Gold is at a point where you just need to wait and just watch and see what happens. You can't be certain of anything right now. You just can't be certain, right? And that's why I said if you took your buys from around this point, we took our buys from here. We're in on a buy from around this point. If you guys remember, we posted it, right? And we held it up to this point. I was really hoping for it to really get to this point, right? But it hasn't. It didn't. So came out when I started seeing, certain things forming. Okay, so that's that. That's that. That's that. I think that's all I can say. Nothing really much here. You just need to be patient. You see, trading is all about being patient and uh, waiting for your setups. You don't rush. You don't force a trade. You don't trade that way. If you want to trade professionally, you need to wait for your setups and just be patient. Wait for your setup. Learn how to wait and learn how to be patient. So, guys, this is all I just have to say. Wait for gold to give you buying opportunities from somewhere around this zone, right? If price doesn't push down first and price starts to push up, then you can look for your selling opportunities from around here. If price decides to now break this entire level, what's the drawing tool? If price decides to just go up and break this entire level clearly, right, then you might start we know that okay, price gold might want to keep pushing higher, right? So that means the entire this thing has been changed, has changed. It's most likely not going to drop, right? It's just going to push higher. So we just need to just keep a close eye on it and see what happens. See what happens. Wait for your setups and wait for the opportunity to present itself to you, and then you take it. So I do hope you have a wonderful trading week. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video and share. And if you have any questions, make sure to ask your questions in the comment sections. All right, thanks a lot, guys. Peace out.